Okay, so this is how my second graders keep their books. We just have them in a bin. They have their names on them, and then all of their books are behind their name. They know that when they are done with one book, they don't bother me during conferring, but they just start a new book over the topic that we're working on. So we recently were doing all about books. We had mentor texts that we looked at for a full week, before they even did any writing of their own. I want to get them so excited to write, knowing exactly what they're going to do before I turn them loose. So I want to show you just kind of the progression of starting with our first book to what they were coming up with towards the end. So this is Araletsi's first book, all about dogs. And she had a table of contents. Now these are second grade, level 1 and 2 students. So what dogs eat. Dogs can eat any food they want, but the only thing I know that dogs eat, dog treats. So she walked us through, she has her section headings. She walked us through what dogs do. All about dogs. So this is her first one. This is a really good book that Araletsi had to start with. And I knew different things that I wanted to work on with her. Definitely going into more complex sentences. So instead of just one sentence for each section, can we start to add more? So that would be her goal during conferring. So then this was her second book that she started and she's still working on, all about learning at school. Yes, her title is not capitalized, but that's a minute fix that we could make, and it's not affecting her writing process. She is learning all about books and all of those text features. So as you could tell, the cover is already nicer and more focused than what her first cover was. You could tell that they're at school, the students, the desk. So then this is her second book. So she has her table of contents all about school. What is school? School is a place that you can learn stuff at. So as you can see, she worked on our goal of adding more detail. So she's added more sentences and she's remembering her punctuation. She's adding more to her story. That was the step that I wanted to move her to. So now, when I confer with Araletsi, we can talk about what she's done, but then we can also set new goals on her all about books. Now, an all about book, when we start this in second grade, is all about what they know. We are not researching, we are not writing down facts, it's what they know. Some of the facts might be wrong, but it's still an all about book. So this is another example. This is Leslie, all about babies. So here's her table of contents. She starts to write about babies. She does have her section headings. One thing we worked on with Leslie, one of her goals was to make sure she's not coloring over her words, a simple fix that we could talk about and she can work on. So as you can see, she's written about babies. When you go to sleep with your babies, they hug you because they feel that you are not there. So she did a great job. I love her different charts. So these are some of the things what you need for your baby. So these text features, she made a chart: food, a bouncy seat, a bathtub, and toys. So I mean, look at those great drawings. All right, so there's Leslie's. This is her second book, all about some fun places to go. Mexico. So look, one of her goals also was punctuation and more complex sentences or more sentences. So she has her periods. She's working on adding more. So one fun place to go is Mexico. And of course, Walmart. But then she has her great picture. She's not done with this one yet. You can almost buy everything at Walmart. But look at the difference from the first, and this is just within 3 weeks of writing these books. Here's another one. This is Saeed. Saeed was on a roll. Now, one thing to work on with him, you'll see, is he's still very much an inventive speller on some things and still writes his letters backwards. Punctuation, capitalization are still a tough thing, but he understands the structure of an all about book and was so excited to tell us all about the different animals that he wrote about. So frogs' tongues are long. Their tongue is over 20 feet. Now, again, this is an all about book based on what he knows. So this is probably not accurate, I don't know, but he knows that frogs have long tongues. And I love his illustrations. So Frogs jump high, frogs' legs are long, and he showed that in his picture, those long legs. He showed that they eat flies. I mean, look at that. What a great picture. With Saeed, I do want to work on getting him to add some more detail and really focused on more of the capitalization at the beginning of a sentence, but he understands what he's doing. Like, he even has the life cycle. I did not tell them to do any of this. I showed them mentor texts. We immersed them in mentor texts for a week and then sent them off. Every day we would have a mini lesson from one of our mentor texts. So within that month of mentor texts, they know those books. They're experts at those books. Here's another one all about pandas. Pandas eat bamboo. Pandas eat bamboo. So look, he's getting better. Pandas need to eat lots of bamboo to live. And then, I mean, look at that picture. So you can see the progression in what he's done. He's starting to move on to more complex texts. There he just has how they look as a chart. And then one more, this is Brittany. Brittany is a higher level speaking student, but still struggles with writing. And she is so full of information, but she has such a hard time organizing. So this is all about vegetables. And as you can tell, we talked about, she colored over her title so you can hardly see it. And then there are really no vegetables on this page, just hearts. Easy fix, show her mentor text, show her my book. This is all about hiking. I have a picture of where I hike. Easy fix, and you'll see in her next book, she got that. So Brittany was teaching us all about vegetables, eggplants, carrots, and lettuce. One thing I noticed right away with Brittany is that she drew the lines. So when they draw the lines, it shows me that she needs a book that has lines in it for organization. They can pick whether they want no lines or lines. So I let Brittany pick her book, and she picked the blank one to start with, but the next one I'm gonna recommend that she do lines. So as you can see, she has a lot of great information, but it's also very scattered. I mean, great chart. Carrots can help you see better if you eat a carrot. So really want to get her just a little more organized and focused so that she can write more sentences using all of the information that she has, and she has a ton of it in her head. So she started one on weather. Look at the difference. So within just 2 weeks and talking to her and conferring with her daily, 2 different teachers conferring with her. Now here's her title for all about weather. You can clearly see the different seasons that she's going to talk to us about. So she started with winter. Winter is a season where kids play in the snow or play. So she's moved on what you might see in winter. And then she moves on to fall. What you might see in fall. Summer. What you might see in summer. And spring. What you might see in spring. So she's got it down. She knows what she wants to say. The lines have helped her organize a little bit better, have helped her write. And again, all of these are just the progression that we see in a couple of weeks. Through immersion, through mini lessons with mentor text, and through conferring with the 2 different teachers, this is how we get our writers to feel successful and to understand the structure of a book and the genre that we're looking at.